The Inspector of Police declaring that men of the Nigeria Police Force should resume enforcement of the renewal of tinted glass permit on January 2nd, 2026. Listen to what the president of the Nigeria Bar Association said concerning the matter. Take a look at the report.
Issue a press release, but also thought that having a face-to-face engagement with the press would also be much more apposite in the circumstance we have found ourselves. I refer to the notice by the police which came out last night, informing the public of the purported decision of the police to resume or reactivate the police policy on tinted glass approval. Now, the policy first became known to the public in April, and it was extended to commence on October 1st. Now, because of our belief that this policy was unconstitutional, was unlawful, the NBA went to court. And through the section on public interest and development law, and also some of our members, and our NEC resolved also to support these lawsuits. And the court in Warri ordered that the status quo be maintained. And consequent upon that, the police reached out to us and we had an engagement with the police where all the parties agreed that that policy implementation be stopped. So we await the outcome of the legal challenge to the same. And before I continue, I would like to say a few things. We believe that the National Assembly lacks power to make that law, pursuant to which the police issued the policy. We also believe that, assuming without considering that the Nigerian Police Force has the power to, the National Assembly had the power to make that law, and that the policy given by the police as a regulation was lawful, that it was also ultra vires the police to make it, and that it was a money-making venture by the police. First of all, let me start by noting the Nigerian Police Force is a law enforcement agency. It is not one meant to generate revenue. And it is more worrisome that the policy implementation requires that the money be paid into a private account. There is no indication that this is being done as a public-private initiative, which will require that the concession agency will give a concession. There is no indication as to the transparency. There is no indication as to what happened to the earlier permits given by the police. And assuming it is, according to the police, for security reasons that they are doing this, what happened to the validity of the earlier permits granted by the police? Why do you have to renew it? And we believe that the police is setting up members of the police and empowering policemen on the streets and on the roads that stop money from civilians and harass them. And we also believe that the purported notice of resumption is a calculated attempt by the police to make life very difficult for people this festive period by claiming that the resumption will be by 2nd January 2026. The police is simply saying, rush to get the so-called permit. So Nigerians who are already growing under harsh economic conditions, who are trying to feed their family, and those who are trying to find ways to travel to their villages and other places for the festive season, would have to accommodate the extortionate rate for obtaining this. And those who have tried to say that even the official fee is not enough. You have to also pay third parties to be able to get this. And our question is, if it is a crime-fighting measure by the police or policy by the police, and not a money revenue-making one as we contend it is, and as it is indeed, why can't this data be obtained at the point of renewal of your vehicle particulars, which involves the police, the customs, the state security service, and the licensing authority? Why is the IG so interested in compelling members of the public to pay money into a private account? And there's a lot of opacity. How did they arrive at the amount being paid? How is this money being spent and shared? If it is for public purposes, why is it not being paid into federal government account through a TSA account? And we think that Nigerians should rise up to condemn this. The police should focus on protecting the lives of the people, not making off their back. The people are already suffering. But above all, as a professional association whose motto is promoting the rule of law, we think that they have action by the police under the IGP, Inspector General of Police, Egbetoku,
looking over,
flies in the face of judicial proceedings
over.
involving the police. It does not matter whether there is an injunction or not. The police ought to await that outcome, to which they are represented by a counsel. And they are represented by a senior advocate who gave court an undertaking that the police could not do anything. And we hope and believe that it is not the lawyer who has advised them that they can resume this collection while the matter is pending in court. Nigerians are suffering enough, and the police should not add to their problems. Police should not add to the difficulty that people will experience while traveling on the road for the festive season. We need to stop this, and we need to be guided by the rule of law. I need to remind the police that the police will benefit more from a peaceful and orderly society, that the police will stand to benefit more from a society where people respect judicial proceedings and allow the courts to determine between two contending parties. And it will be unlawful and indeed a brazen act by the police to insist on proceeding with this collection. More so after we had a roundtable meeting and agreed to suspend this. But beyond that, the police must be partners in progress and not have anything to do with any situation or thing that imposes hardship on the people. And we thought we should have this conversation with you gentlemen of the media. To my immediate right is Abdul Mohammed Essen, who was part of that meeting. In case my recollection of what took place that day is wrong, he would correct me. And also the Assistant General Secretary Barnabas Ehe Henry. But we thought we should have this conversation because it has very negative perception for our society and the police. And we should not tolerate such a thing. And the police should allow people to enjoy their season and leave anything about tinted approval. And if it is indeed to secure the lives of the people, there must be more creative ways of protecting the people and ensuring the security of the people without imposing further financial hardship on the people. And also doing it at a time that members of the public who may need to travel, who may need to put their vehicles on the road, will be harassed, extorted money, have their movement impeded, and oftentimes may be impounded by overzealous policemen on the road, who may not distinguish even between the so-called take-off time of January 2nd. It's a time to say no. And we're also calling on the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces, to call the Inspector General of Police to order.
My dear brothers and sisters, you heard what he said. He said Kelebe people are supposed to be protecting the citizens and property, not for talk about money. And why are they paying the money to Kelebe people private accounts? That this money is supposed to be paid to federal government account, not private account. That in this festive period, they are not even supposed to even bring this matter up at all. That they have already settled this matter long ago. That why is it that this Inspector General of Police are now bringing it up again? That he know what he can do. That once they put all of them in different positions to be checking points, you know these people will now start harassing people, collecting money from different people. That this thing is not right at all. Me, I did not even know that this tinted glass of it, that they are paying for it, that you must register it. I thought that if you have money, you can go and buy this tinted glass motto and start using it. I did not even know that they are paying for it. That is why you will just see any policeman in any checking point, once you see anybody with tinted glass, whether it's a government authority or it's not government authority, so far it carries tinted glass, they will just be moving, giving way for that person. I don't know that they are paying for it. Now, all of their eye don't they read, because this celebration period, you know what Kelebe people can do now? They will start harassing all of them. That is why it's coming out now to come and be talking like this. Well, my dear brothers and sisters, what did you think about this video? Anything you think, do not forget to leave it in the comment below, and not forget to give me thumbs up, and don't forget to share this video, give your friends and family. If you have not subscribed to my channel, subscribe. As you do that, thank you and God bless you, and I will see you in my next video.